Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Strong and Simple podcast. I'm Michelle. I'm your host for today, and I'm so grateful for you being here with me today and with us every time you listen to an episode, every time you share with your friends, every time we hear from you how an episode has been helpful for you. We just really appreciate Marissa and we just very much appreciate you being here with us, especially those of you who've been here with us since the beginning, or if this is your first episode. So thank you. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the terminology that gets utilized in marketing for personal trainers and for training, especially it's springtime. Lots of folks are finding that we're wanting to get moving right now. We're looking to start exercising. Maybe we want to get our nutrition, developing some healthy habits around nutrition, right? Springtime tends to be a time that folks start looking for this. This is also because of the culture that we live in, where oftentimes fitness and nutrition is associated with being beach body ready, right? And if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, if you follow me on social media, you know I'm not about that kind of messaging. I do believe that all bodies are beach body ready. We all have bodies, and we all deserve to be on the beach in whatever makes us feel most comfortable being there, right? So, my point is that this is the season. It's like New Year's and then leading up to summertime when fitness and nutrition seems to get a lot of traction in the world. And if you are looking for a coach or a training program, and you might be seeing some of these marketing terms being thrown around, and you might be wondering, like, what does this mean? Okay. And so I'm going to try to break some of that down for you. The first thing is customized programming. When we talk about programming, we're talking about a collection of workouts that are put together over time that are then changed like every 6 to 8 weeks, that are designed to progress you towards whatever your training goals are. So if you're somebody training for a powerlifting competition, if you're somebody training for a 5K or a 10K, right, your training programs are going to look different from one another. Customized programming means that training program is specifically designed with you in mind. It is your program. It is taken into consideration what your current performance level is, like where are you now? What are you able to do now? What are your strengths? And where are some of the things that you want to work on, either to make you stronger and or faster, right? Depending on what your goals are. So customized programming is looking very specifically at where you currently are, what your specific goal is, what types of equipment you have access to, how many days a week you want to work out and can work out. It's looking at your access to training equipment and environment. It's looking at any previous injuries that you've had and any specific variations that you need in relation to either an injury or maybe you are pregnant or recently postpartum, or maybe have had some sort of, you have a medical condition that makes certain things off limits for you by your medical professional in your training. Customized programming is going to take all of these things into consideration to make you your unique program, your unique workouts. This is different than if you sign up for a group program, so for example, Straight Up Strong is a group strength training program designed to be done from home or at a gym with the overall goal of strength and wellness, particularly for women over 40. It's a group program. So every month, Coach Tina and I create workouts, a program, monthly program that is given to every member of Straight Up Strong. Every member of Straight Up Strong gets the same 4 workouts. In those 4 workouts, there are recommendations for rep range, set range of how many sets you're doing, suggestions for rest time, order of exercises, things like that, right? So the difference between customized programming and group programming is the customized programming, again, is going to give you your specific needs. Group programming might give a general suggestion for a variation, right? You're also not going to be getting necessarily weight progressions or feedback on when, like if you're stuck at something, right? Now, one of the things that's different is in Straight Up Strong, there is an option where you can have coaching. This is where it can get a little confusing. So if you do Straight Up Strong, you're getting the same program as every other person doing Straight Up Strong. If you have the with coaching option, there is a little bit of customization built in. There is options for you to send videos to me and Tina so that we can give you feedback. We also go in and we check in on the progress that you're making, and we'll make suggestions for weight progressions or sometimes regressions, if based on the notes that somebody in Straight Up Strong has written to us. We can then make adjustments to their program. If they are finding that the Monday, Wednesday, Friday situation isn't necessarily jiving with their schedule, then I'll go in and I'll just like move some of the workouts around for them to make it easier. So it's still the group program with a little bit of, a little bit more, I don't even want to say customization because it's not super customized. It's coaching. It's coached within that group program. Okay. So that's different than if you have very specific goals or very specific needs in terms of needs around having different kinds of exercise variations. Okay. So that's one of the biggest things is that you'll see is customized programming versus group programming. Both of these options can be excellent options. Neither one of them is better or worse than the other. There are pros and cons to them. So it's going to be about you knowing yourself and how much you need, or like if you have very, very specific goals. So like I said, people I would suggest that more customized programming would be great for are pre and postnatal folks, are folks coming off of an injury, like maybe you've gotten the all clear from the PT, but you need a high level of customization based on like you just had knee replacement surgery, or like you're still working your way back up, but you're still doing 2-legged squats. Like the unilateral work is still like really hard. Like you're still really working towards that. Customized programming works really well for folks who have very specific training goals, who want to learn how to do barbell work, for folks who want to learn a specific kettlebell skill, for folks who have limited access to equipment. Maybe you only have a couple sets of dumbbells at home. You are probably going to need more customized programming in order to continue to progress than you might get in a group program. Because in that group program, it's always going to tell you, you're going to do your set of squats, 10 to 12 reps. And if you have, like, it's not going to give you any suggestions for like tempo work or unilateral work, right? It's not as customized in that group. So, customized training works really well for folks who have very specific time needs. So, you only have 3 days a week, 30 minutes. Many group programs may not work for you if you have very, very specific time constraints like that. Okay. So when you are seeking a program, when you are seeking a coach, kind of having an understanding and having a conversation with the person who will be delivering that program to make sure that you are getting what you need. And this might change from time to time. You might be a beginner. Maybe you are just learning how to use barbells. So you might have customized coaching, customized programming. And as you get more comfortable with the barbell work, then maybe you transition into more of a group program with or without coaching, depending on where you're at. So some of this is really about you recognizing that there are these different options out there. So I have had folks sign up for Straight Up Strong, and this is why we do a first month. We have a first month for $49 for Straight Up Strong because we want to make sure it's a good fit for you. There are folks who start the first month of Straight Up Strong, and we realize pretty quickly that perhaps you need a few months of more customized programming to get you up to the point of this more group delivered strength programming, to get more comfortable with the movement patterns, to get some strength, to be able to maybe graduate from some variations, or to know and learn so you can make your own variations into the group program. So if something says, I don't know, if the exercise is Bulgarian split squats, if you've learned that that movement is not accessible to you, but you know that split squats without your rear foot elevated are accessible to you, then the group program might be fine, right? So working with the person, with the coach, with the trainer who would be delivering the program to help you kind of figure it out can be really useful. Now, coaching. This is the other place where it's kind of like we think of personal training still as live, in-person, face-to-face sessions. This works really, really well for some people, but it's not the only way. So if we think about almost like a group program is kind of like your group fitness class, right? Except a group program has like a progression and a structure to it where you're going to do the same workout more than once as part of that program. A group fitness class, you're probably just going and doing that workout once and then you'll never see that workout again. But it's a workout that's delivered to all people, right? Face-to-face sessions can be really great for folks who love to have that like instantaneous feedback on their movements, who really love to have that appointment with another human being, either on Zoom or in person. Live sessions are effective on Zoom or in person. Having that appointment ensures that you're showing up for yourself. Some people love the live sessions because it gives you some, I have some mom clients who that 2 times a week, 1 times a week for 60 minutes is some of the most adult conversation they have all week. So sometimes those live sessions are more than just the physical aspect of training, but it's really good for folks who like having the accountability of having the appointment to show up for, like having that instantaneous feedback and modeling of the exercises. And it can work really well for beginners when you're like just learning a new skill. You're learning barbells, you're learning kettlebells, you're learning body weight exercises. Maybe you're a brand new beginner, right? Live sessions can be so useful. Now, these typically are the biggest investment of money and time, because it is the most time for the coach and trainer. Now, some coaches, like myself, who do live sessions, also provide a program for those clients. So I have all of my clients who I see either one-on-one for super customized coaching, or I have a couple of small groups of 2 to 4 people who come and work out together. There is still a progressive program that they have. So they do their workout with me either once or twice a week, either on Zoom or here in my garage, or and then they do like homework workouts on their own, which they record in the app that I use. And then I can give them feedback on the next time I see them. Okay. So not all coaches do that. Some coaches, it's you come for your live session and you leave. So that's something else you'd want to ask, is if your coach also provides some sort of progressive programming, if that's something you're looking for. So kind of knowing, do you need something very customized? Do you want the appointment, the layer of appointment keeping of live sessions? Or are you somebody who wants your workout and you want to just go and do it, but you want to make sure that you have a workout that is progressing you, that it's not just the same workout over and over and over again? That's going to eventually plateau you. These are all different things. So that's oftentimes called remote coaching. So this is also sometimes done in a variety of ways where, so like, for example, back to Straight Up Strong, it's group programming that some folks, it's DIY. They get their program for the month and they do their program. We email once a month, kind of going over what the focus of the program is for the month and so on and so forth. They have access to us in the Facebook group to ask questions as a group. And it's DIY. They have the program, they do it, they track their own data, they make adjustments on increasing weights and whatnot based on themselves. Then some folks have the option with coaching, where they can send a video. Like I had somebody send me a video of their Bulgarian split squats the other day, and I was able to give them some feedback on their foot placement that should make their range of motion and actually their knee feel better when they are doing that movement pattern. I can also go in and make suggestions for the weight that they'll use for those workouts. So for instance, if one of the exercises is a deadlift, and if I notice that they've been doing their deadlifts for sets of 8 with 20 pounds the past couple of workouts, I'm going to put in there, let's try 20 to 30 pounds this week, see how it feels. So that there's this extra layer of coaching to help them progress within that group program. So this is remote coaching. There are no live sessions. The communication is happening via text and video messaging. Okay. Sometimes, and I have some clients who have customized programming. So remember when we were talking about customized versus group programming? We have customized programming, remote coaching. So there are no live face-to-face sessions. I give them their program. And for For these folks, I typically do it weekly. I have the monthly program written out, but I deliver it by week so that I can go through and make adjustments to their programming. And then all the communications are done via text and video messaging. Sometimes we can like a la carte on like a live session, but typically these are for folks who need a lot of flexibility with their workouts. It's very hard for us to find time that overlaps for appointments, and it's more financially accessible than the live sessions. So there are multitudes of options for you out there for training. There's group training or customized training. Within both of those models, some coaches do live sessions. Some coaches do more of what we'll call remote coaching, where you don't necessarily have a live session, but you're in constant back and forth communication via text and video messaging for that layer of support. Some folks just want the program, and that's more of like a DIY sort of situation. And that's going to be the most flexible for you time-wise, the least customization, the least amount of time on the coach's side, so the most financially accessible for you, for many folks, right? And what it really comes down to in a lot of cases is financially accessible means whatever is going to get you the results you need. And many coaches also offer some sort of sliding scale if you ask in your situation. So if that's something that you really need live sessions, like highly customized, but you're recently laid off or you haven't been working because you've been home with the kids or whatever your situation is, many coaches will be very open to having a conversation about trying to set you up on a payment plan or finding something that's accessible. Like sometimes in this case, what I'll do is we'll do 20 to 30 minute live sessions or a monthly, like once a month check-in, with everything else being remote. So there are some coaches who are very, very specific, like this is what my offer is, this is how it goes, and it may not be what works for you, which is why it's really important, I think, to have an understanding of what these different options are. The internet and social media and all of these different coaching apps, Trainerize, True Coach, My PT Hub, there's so many of them out there now. And some trainers still use Google Sheets, which are also awesome and actually are really helpful for some clients, right? When you are seeking a program that's going to work for you, you need to know it's going to work for you. And of course, all the trainers out there are saying that their way is the best way because they're trying to get noticed. But the trainer's way that's the best way for you is the one that's going to help you be sustainable and reach your goals. If you want to be in a bodybuilding competition or a physique competition, you're going to want to find a coach who specializes in that. If you are training for a deadlift competition, you're going to want to find somebody who understands how to help you progress with your deadlifts. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully it was clear. If it was not, please let me know. Overall, in summary, TLDR, you have group programming, which is a program that is delivered to a large group of people. Everybody gets the same program. Highly customized programming is programming that is designed specifically for you based on your unique goals, current performance level, access to equipment, access to time, super customized. It is just for you. Group programming, customized programming. In both of these models, you might find people who do live sessions, either on Zoom or in person. You can have group training with live sessions. That's what we used to do in Straight Up Strong with the live sessions. Everybody got the same workout. We had some live sessions. Wasn't really a group fitness class because we followed a program. I have small group sessions in person. You can also have live sessions that are one-on-one. It's me and you. Okay. You could also, within your group program or customized program, do more of a quote unquote remote coaching style where there are no live sessions, but you are communicating through text and video messaging. There are also folks who just want a DIY program. No coaching. Here's the program. Each month or every 6 weeks, every 8 weeks, whatever the program is. This might be a group program like Straight Up Strong. It's a group program. There's a bunch of people who just get the program every month. They do their program. They get the program. I answer some questions at the beginning of the month, maybe if they have it, but it's literally DIY. I also have folks who have customized programming without coaching. They just want somebody to just give them the program that's based on their unique goals. And it works really well for some people, but you have to know what you need in order to help you reach your goals. And sometimes it's going to take a little trial and error. Again, like I said, we always do a first month for $49 for Straight Up Strong. And I'll actually link that in the show notes in case anybody's interested. It's group programming. And that first month you get with coaching. Sometimes folks realize that that's not what they need. They need something more customized, or they need the face-to-face sessions. And then we have a conversation about finding something that's going to work better for you. So sometimes it is going to take a little bit of trial and error to help you figure out what it is that you need. And the most expensive option isn't always going to be what's the best option. And the cheapest option is also sometimes not going to be what's going to be the best option, especially if it doesn't help you reach your goals. So if you're somebody who signs up for Straight Up Strong DIY and you find yourself never doing the workouts, and this is not to shame anybody, but maybe you need the coaching option. Maybe you need somebody checking in on you like, hey, how's it going? Do you need some help? Are you feeling overwhelmed? What do you need? Or maybe you need that face-to-face scheduled appointment every week to show up for yourself because you are having difficulty making it a priority in your life, whatever is happening, without that appointment. And again, I say that without shame, and I say that without judgment. Or maybe you think you need face-to-face sessions and you find that every time you have an appointment with your trainer, you have to cancel because something comes up with the kids or it's busy season at work. And your schedule, you're finding that you need to work out first thing in the morning or later at night, and that's when your coach isn't available. Maybe this is a season of your life when more of a remote coaching or DIY option is good to keep you doing like the bare ass minimum. Maybe you need somebody to just give you a workout every week that you can just do on repeat for this season of your life, right? So kind of knowing what you need to be successful and finding a coach who can work with you to find the best option. And if what is going to be the best option for you is not what they offer, because not all coaches, especially on the online space, offer live sessions. But if that's what you need, then hopefully that coach will then refer you to somebody who perhaps does those live sessions. Okay. And with that, I'm going to give a little plug for I do have a spring special. It's 12 weeks of customized programming, some bi-weekly nutrition tips and support built in, as well as 10 live sessions that can be used over the 12 weeks. I specifically designed this special. It's called Spring into Strong because it is an incredibly busy time of year. And it might be hard to find the time to schedule the once a week or twice a week appointment, but you like the face-to-face. So there's some flexibility here where over the 12 weeks, you can use those 10 live sessions, however it works for you. So maybe, and obviously for my schedule. So if you have maybe the first 3 weeks, we do 2 sessions live a week for the first 3 weeks. So that's 6 of your sessions. And then we do every other week, or we then go to once a week, right? So however, or you're going away on vacation and you need to skip a week, right? But you'll have the customized program for the 12 weeks. That means it's based on your current performance, any information about any past, injuries or medical conditions, things like that need to be taken into consideration that are obviously in my scope. I'm just going to put that disclaimer in there. I'm not a physical therapist, right? Your time, your equipment accessibility, but like your very specific goals. It's customized. It is your program. 12 weeks, 10 one-on-one sessions. And if you're local to me, we can do them in person. If you're not local to me, we can do them on Zoom. And then some nutrition support too, as like a little bonus. So this sounds like something that you are interested in that would be helpful for you. Please send me an email, michelle@michellefarrellcoaching.com, or you can find me on Instagram at _Michelle_Farrell. Let me know. It is $199 a month for the 3 months. It's a super discounted rate. I wanted to make this something that was more financially accessible to more people. So if this sounds like something that you need, you want, please reach out. I only have space for about 3 people. This is not like a scare tactic, because I know in the MLM world, they often will be like, I only have 4 spots left. I'm not trying to say I only have 3 spots. I have 3 spots because energetically, I want to be able to give my all to you. So if you want one of those 3 spots, let me know. If you think that group programming with or without remote coaching, like I just discussed in the episode, might be a great fit for you, then come try Straight Up Strong for a month. It's $49 for the first month. You get to work with me and Coach Tina. You get 2 of us, and you also then get access to the incredible Coach Jessie in the Facebook group. Also, as if you are a customized client or a Straight Up Strong member, you also get special rates on any of the live pop-up classes that we do. So I am planning on, in the month of May, doing a couple of yoga classes, maybe a couple of kettlebell classes. I'm feeling like the garage is renovated now. I'm excited to start bringing some live on Zoom classes back. So you also get discounted rates as a Straight Up Strong member or as a one-on-one client of mine. So if any of this feels like something you would love to do, reach out to me and we will get you set up. All right, my friends, I talked a little bit longer than I had anticipated today, but I hope that this has helped break down the differences between group coaching and customized coaching and remote coaching and live sessions. It's a lot. And it's important that when you are picking your program, when you are picking your coach, you understand what is being offered to you. And it may not every one of those options is going to be the best fit for you. And that's okay. All right. So, on that note, have a lovely day, and I will talk to you in the next episode.